An Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Hello, my little minions. Welcome back
Excuse
to
me?
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
You're not my
How
minion.
How
Yeah,
dare
I
you
was like, I
refer?
am not your minion.
How dare you refer to
If
the?
anything, I'm the Gru and you're the minion.
If
I was going to say,
anything,
how dare
I'm
you
the
refer to the unpopped kernels in such a fashion?
Hey, I have nothing but love for the unpopped kernels this week, and we'll get into that in a minute. But
If they're following us, they're minions of the Antichrist, so it's probably
Pretty
safe
much.
to say they're not offended.
I mean, you guys can
Probably.
call me Chansey, but that's okay,
Okay.
too. I mean,
He's like devil's
right.
advocate when he's like, "Oh, you're Satan." And he's like, "Call me Dad."
We'll get into the minions and the unpopped kernels and all of that here in just a minute. But for those of you who don't know, welcome back to An Evening at the Movies. I am one of your amazing co-hosts for the evening, and we're going to be um, having some stale popcorn, drinking some watered down sodas, and talking about all of our favorite movies and why we love them. Well, not all of our favorite movies this week, just one.
I was gonna say, did you refer to this as one of your favorite movies? I'm excited.
Well, I mean, like I said before we went live, I have thoughts. Some might be popular opinions, some might be unpopular opinions, but I digress. But we are joined this week also by your other awesome co-host. You know what? Because he likes to take it in the end and likes to go in the end. Welcome back to the show, Chancey Greif.
wait. So
You got me
technically, I'm going to say technically, you kind of messed that up there because I don't think you introduced Amanda fully yet, did you?
Well, no, you like
No,
to
you
take
did
it
not.
in the end, so you get to go first now, but you take it in the end later.
Oh. See,
on the back end. That's what you want to say.
see, context is key. Hi, everyone.
Context is
Hi.
not my best friend, and
That
for
is
anybody
true.
who has been following the show for the last almost 4 years, if you don't know that, then
Now you know.
I constantly have to tell him,
What
dude, I
can
need
tell
more
you?
context. Yeah. Anyway,
You know what, though? At the same time, I also have to tell our third co-host also at times and ask for what the hell are you talking about, because I don't get enough context from her either. But welcome back, birthday girl.
thanks.
And
Na, 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 they say it's my birthday. Da, na, 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 na. That is the truth, yeah. Okay, that's all I got. I would not be good at rap wars because I'd be like, oh crap, I can't think of something that rhymes and is on beat. But that wasn't bad for being on the fly.
well, at least your arms aren't heavy, mom spaghetti and all that. So,
No.
for those of you who
Somebody,
don't, go ahead.
I was gonna say somebody better wrote down that recipe because I don't think Mom's making any sketty no mo.
He's throwing up because he's scared, not because the sketty was bad.
No, I know, but Mom's dead.
Oh, I forgot. That's wow.
This
Too
awkward
soon.
moment.
Literally,
This
we
talked
about that last night.
This awkward moment brought to you by Pepsi Cola.
And their spokesman.
Good choice of a new
Okay.
generation.
All right.
Not
Yes,
that
it is my
Evening at the Movies
birthday.
is sponsored by Pepsi, but if Pepsi would like to sponsor an Evening at the Movies, I'm taking phone calls.
Amanda's part of the episode is sponsored by Kirkland Prosecco Rosé. Costco, sponsor me. Hit me up. I'm all about the cheap wine, and this stuff's actually really good for $10 a bottle, $9 a bottle. So,
It's all about cheap fun.
yep.
Chancey, would you like to beg, borrow, and steal for a sponsorship before we get going?
No, I'm good. I'm not gonna. It's that elusive and mysterious thing. It's that creating the mystique for the attractive nature of it all.
No, this is true.
Exclusivity.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
Give me the cheap wine. And I may be singing some through this episode because now I'm like changing the lyrics to a Taylor Swift song. How did I end up on this podcast? Casey's cheap ass screw top rose. That's how. I did not sing that very well, and I was definitely off. But that's one of my favorite lines because I love to just talk about cheap ass screw top rose, which is what I'm drinking.
So,
Okay.
I believe the word you're looking for is anyway. If
Oh
you
yeah.
happen to miss the clues, and he's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes. Thank you. And sorry, you left me a message earlier, but I was napping with my doggy and I haven't had a chance to call you back. So thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
And
Thanks for helping me exist.
for those of you who don't know, Amanda is his favorite daughter, his only daughter, but
Well, confirmed anyway. So I mean, in all
Yeah.
reality,
He was in the military, guys.
there is that. Plus, he could have been running the long con, like the super long troll.
I mean, the military actively tells men not to get vasectomies because the divorce rate is so high in the military. So you never really know what went on, but also I don't want to know. So
It's
that is a true
classified.
story. I did not make that up. That is a thing that they do.
No, I'm just saying it's classified.
Yeah.
with all of that said, if you have not picked up on all the little clues, today is everybody's favorite co-host's 75th birthday. So, happy
Okay, for
birthday.
people who can't see me, you better clarify that real fucking quick or I'm leaving.
Inside joke, Amanda is not 75, but her membership in the Casey and Harvey Old People's Club has been approved.
Yeah, I guess after 45. I mean, I got an AARP email the other day and I was like, who signed me up for this? I'm only 46, for fuck's sake.
And
I deny everything. Oh,
Amanda's
see,
dad denies everything.
well, you know what though? At least that means he's telling the truth. Because if he would have said he could neither confirm nor deny, then we know the real answer. So either he's lying or he's telling the truth, and we know that much for sure.
Wow, thanks. That
Well, no,
Thanks for
well,
clearing that
like,
up for us.
well, no, I'm saying like the confirm or deny is the like offhanded, like wink, wink, nod, nod, like, well, we can't tell you, but
Isn't
All
present
right.
time?
yeah, we may as well do that now because I want to
Yeah.
see whatever the hell it is that she's been going on about anyway.
Casey's the one that's been going on about it, and then now he's like, "Oh wait, so I know it's going to be something to make fun of me, but that's fine. I appreciate
Oh,
gifts.
ye of little faith!
It is the thought that counts.
Open your damn present and then send it to me because you know you're going to regift it.
Hey, I only re-gift the shitty stuff. If you'd get me stuff I like, I wouldn't have to give it away.
Really? The Joey face mask was a shitty gift?
Oh no! All right, that. Woo, my gum is kicking in. Don't ask me to remember back that far. All right, this is the only present I get to open today, so thank you, Casey. And here we go. I'm opening the Amazon package.
Amazon, the choice
And
of a new generation.
yeah, I'm also glad you told me because I had ordered a lot of Amazon packages, and if you hadn't said, "Oh, this just got delivered," or I probably would have opened it because it doesn't. Of course,
Oh no.
it doesn't say on the. All right.
Oh no. I learned that I believe a Sipiversary or two ago, where if you don't warn you, shit gets opened willy nilly. It's like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
Is this a Christmas
And
ornament?
did you not read the shipping label?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh. Okay, so this is awesome. It's a Michael Myers ornament. My camera's adjusting. This is very, very cool. I think I have this. So I'm gonna write your I'm gonna write an evening at the movies on it.
Okay.
That way we know it's from you. This is really cute. I love this. If you're watching, I hope you're watching so you can see it. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. And it's Michael in a Santa hat.
I mean,
Which actually, I saw Michael Myers dressed as Santa at a convention last year, and I liked it. It was a good combination. Thanks, Casey. I love it.
you're welcome. Even
Two
if
of
you
my
do have
favorite
it.
things: Christmas and Michael Myers.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I went looking for Freddy before I went looking for Michael.
I would have loved that too.
I know you would have, just because Freddy is Freddy. But before we can progress into the episode, your Plobster may or may not have made something for everybody's viewing pleasure.
Oh,
So, without further ado,
She's gonna do it.
no one likes a mad woman.
Okay, now hit us with it, Taylor.
My friend has guest Cassandra with Mad Woman every show.
Oh no!
My life.
Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn it!
I'm so sorry.
You couldn't have saved this till tomorrow.
She couldn't wait. She didn't hear you were coming.
oh Jesus God, that was funny. This
Well,
is
if
what
you're not watching, you missed out.
you get for sending that video, knowing full well that I will probably poke the sleeping bear.
Well, I did not know you were going to embarrass me with it. And also, I didn't realize how much of my ass is hanging out in that. Woo. So if you weren't watching, you really missed out.
True,
Um,
but I mean, it's not like we don't have hundreds of people watching our freaking YouTube every week, though.
that's
So
true. Okay,
I mean-
let me give context really quick for people that don't know what was happening there.
Oh, please, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I had zero fucking idea what was happening. Like, I'm literally sitting here. I'm still glad it was muted as well. Because, like, I wasn't saying anything, but it was more so of just like a,
What
what
fuck?
in the semi-literal actual fuck is happening right here?
Okay, so that was me throwing a literal tantrum.
Mhm.
That was me and my friend Talbot. We went to Toronto 2 weeks ago to see the Eras tour. And for people that don't know, Taylor does this section in the concert where she does surprise songs so that every concert's not the same. She started mashing them up. So it's usually 4 songs. And then that way each show has its own little, special thing. So We were going to night 6 in Toronto, which was the last show there. And then starting this week, there's 3 more shows, and then the tour's over. So everybody's kind of like building up the ending, whatever. There is a mashup that people have been clowning for, that people have been wanting ever since she started doing these. And it was like at the top of my wish list for my show. And it's a song, if anybody cares and wants to look them up, it's Mad Woman and Cassandra. And that video was taken Friday night when we were watching one of the live streams, and she did that mashup, and our show was the next night. So I was big mad about it. I was toddler mad because I wanted it so
Oh,
much. Now, if she had saved it for the final show, I would have understood that. But like night 5 in Toronto, what are you doing? So anyway, yes, I'm fit over a concert.
okay, so I should probably come clean here because I may or may not have had a thought, a fleeting thought, if you will.
A gypsy person?
Mostly because of the fact that you had listed things that you were like super excited about. And I wasn't even thinking of anything in specific. In general, it would be more so of like a, man, that would really suck if. And then I was like, nope, I better not. And then it fucking did. I'm so sorry. I'm really fucking sorry.
Oh,
I'm already having a hard enough time convincing my friends that I play Destiny 2 with online that I'm not voodoo or don't practice voodoo, and this just never helps it's just not helping my cause.
Well, I was just glad I came back in one piece after Casey suggested a funny movie, being Weekend at Bernie's 3, Amanda Dies in Toronto or something like that. I don't remember what it was. I was like, y'all are dead to me. Chancey,
I deserve that. I deserve that.
it's okay. I'm actually, since you've admitted that, I will blame you for the fire alarm in the hotel, because that was the worst thing probably that happened.
Oh, well, okay.
Other than
Okay,
having
cool.
to wait like an hour and a half for food when I was hangry. But yeah, you can't predict these songs like it. I mean, there's just that's why there's a game. If anybody's a Swiftie that's listening doesn't know about this, you have 3 more chances to play. It's called Mastermind. The app is called crap. I'll find it anyway. But basically, they have you guess all of the different things she's going to do at the Eras Tour, and surprise songs is one of them. And they give away prizes for it, so it's not just for fun. Like they give away good prizes for whoever wins each time.
front row tickets?
No, they haven't been that good, but they've been like signed vinyls and like rare items that aren't made like Taylor merch is what it is. But it's like, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a thing. It's just for fun. Like there's no way to actually predict other than, maybe a small handful of songs that she's going to sing in certain places. Other than that,
Right.
yeah. I would never blame somebody for wishing, I didn't really I just didn't expect it to be on Friday night. Like
No, the fact that it was the day before is the thing I'm taking. I'll take the heat on that one. Like the literal fact that it was the day before. Like, because if it would have been, like you were saying, 2 days after, 3 days after, 3 days before, like any time frame like that, but you were like literally there waiting
yeah.
for your turn
Literally
to
right
take
down the
to take the ride, and then they're like, oh, by the way, here's that one thing everybody wanted, and guess who's not going to be there? Fucking
Yeah.
you.
Guess who's a quarter a mile away in her bed in a hotel? I was
Yeah.
like, man.
I was gonna
Really?
like, although I will lighten the mood by saying, watching that video, I kept thinking to myself, usually before they fire the taser, they say taser, 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 because you were fucking crappie flopping, like you got fucking lit up with like, 50K.
Yeah, that was good.
Uh,
All right. Well, let's get to our movie because my gut
Word.
is kicking in.
not yet.
Oh. Okay. Well, you got more embarrassing
I
videos.
have I have a couple people who would like to say something to you.
What's up,
Oh,
Amanda? I hope you have a really great birthday. It's been a pleasure having you as one of the members of the network with me. You're pretty awesome, and I hope your day is just as awesome.
yay! Oh, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Amanda, thank you for being one of the anchors in my life. This podcasting journey has led me to meet incredible people, including you, and I am thankful every day that it has brought us together. And I appreciate you, I appreciate your friendship, and I love you. Happy birthday.
Why is Santa trying to make me cry? Oh, I love you.
I
too.
knew that was going to happen. That's why I
Yeah,
saved
that
that one
was
for last.
whew, okay.
So that I only have 2 birthday messages for you. So
Well. Hold on. Now,
girl
it,
Casey have one.
you can't be the one having all of this birthday stuff, going on. So I'll have to go ahead and queue up this end,
Uh oh.
Oh.
which I'm totally fucking bullshitting. I just wanted to
Oh.
elevate you. I just wanted to bring you up just enough to let you down. But
Can the
How's
unpopular girls appreciate what I have to deal with these fucking two? Like,
it was bad enough when it was just me and Amanda, and she only had to deal with me. But now you add my partner in crime, Chansey, into the mix, and it's a weekly shit show. Generally, every Sunday morning at 11:20 a.m.
you know what's going to happen now, right? Y'all want to poke the bear? You want to poke me? Poke? See what happens?
Gypsy Curse.
We will be officially reviewing the Eras Tour movie on an Evening at the Movies, and attendance by all is required.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, listen,
We actually, this, but it's happening.
we did. We definitely did talk about this. However, be careful.
See?
Well, you said we're reviewing the movie, so in turn, I would be able to then voice an opinion and give a review about it. So it's like be careful what you wish for. Not necessarily saying I would go out of my way to spite it or anything of that nature. I really wouldn't. No, I actually wouldn't.
Okay.
But because of the whole, this is my retribution thing, and to be like, oh, okay. And then if I did find something, absolutely fucking go for that one first. Like, this is exactly why. And then, it would be more like just when you think you know the answers, I change all the questions.
The
Just
best
when you thought it was safe to go back into the movie water.
retribution would be you loving it. Casey won't fully admit it, but he liked it because I make him watch it. And there's some songs that he likes, and again, appreciate the hustle. Stop trying to be a man for all the men. Like, being a guy Swiftie is cool. Like, honestly, if the things were going the way that you wanted that to be the thing, you could get the girls by being a male Swiftie. I'm just saying. Anyway. It's like George. He loves Pitch Perfect, but he would never tell his guy friends that.
Oh, no.
Not to
All right.
love
No, I honestly, I wouldn't do that because that's just far too disingenuous. Like
I know.
I just can't. I couldn't do that. Like, be all like, like if I was single and on the prowl, like thing. Like, I couldn't pretend to be a Swiftie and use that in order to try and go fishing, if you will. Like I
No,
couldn't
but
do it.
he basically is one. He's not trying to be one to get girls. He already is one.
No.
Fully come
Oh
out
no,
and
no.
play.
I know. I was just saying that when you had said like if you wanted to use that or do that, you could do this by being a male Swiftie. Like I was just more so thinking about it in the context of like, well, actually, in that type of a hypothetical scenario, like I actually couldn't. I couldn't because like if I wasn't genuinely a Swiftie, I couldn't do it because it would just not. Any real Swiftie would be able to fucking spot me out by a country mile because like I wouldn't care enough about it to like actually study it and try to use it as some type of deceptive thing or anything. So then I would be just total sore thumb and be like, he's fucking lying.
So you wouldn't pull like a Groundhog Day or a 51st Dates to get the girl.
Oh, well, no, now hold on. You're talking about the girl of somebody's dreams. Like I'm talking, no. We've now changed entire dynamics because we
Okay.
were talking, we were talking about like picking up girls in a single scenario, not like what would you do? Like you wouldn't do a 51st Dates or a Groundhog Day for like the one because that's the one that they're going after in that particular scenario. Those are two entirely different things. And if I'm going to be honest. Maybe.
Well, I said that way for a reason. So if we remember after we are done, I will tell you. Oh my God. Okay, we gotta get to the movie because my gummy is sorry, everybody.
This is great.
So I'm gonna steal the birthday girl's thunder, and as it was talked about the other night between she and I, because I'm want to try and do a experiment because this last week for Runaway Jury, we had almost 400 people view that episode.
Woo!
And that is by far the hugest number that we've had on the show ever. So it's going well. We're talking about all of our favorite movies and why we love them, but we're a half an hour into the fucking show and haven't even brought up the title of the movie yet.
Hello, Simba fan. So you should
Yes,
go with
hello.
that first, Casey, so people know that you didn't just go in a different trajectory in the middle of your sentence. Then people will think you're high like me.
Well, it is also your birthday. It is also your birthday episode, and I think that was actually wasn't that in like the description type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they already knew what the.
Before Holiday Ho 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 Fest. So.
Well, no, I meant like on the notification they would have got for the, the watch thing. Oh, it's just where you better watch out. Yeah, well, guess either way, it's your birthday show, so it's whatever. We'll go in the order We'll go in the order. We'll go in the order we end up going in, and then they're just along for the ride. They bought the ticket. They knew what they were getting themselves into.
That's very true.
Implied consent.
My birthday episodes are typically crazy, so this is going to be a good one. I replayed. Yeah, I replayed one of the clips earlier where I am crying because I'm laughing so hard, and you guys are like, "Oh, she's dead."
What movie are you talking about? We haven't actually spoken about. The only movie that we've technically talked about at this point is that Eras Tour movie that we actually didn't even watch for this episode.
Technically, it probably wouldn't even have came up this episode either if it wasn't for the fact that I played that temper tantrum.
Yeah, that is fair.
Instead of what my intention was.
My goal now is to tie things we say into Taylor Swift lyrics while we do this. So Connie has asked, what movie are we talking about? So let's tell the people what we're talking about. Birthday episode, I get to pick the movie, and last year we did a Christmas movie, which normally I really
like. We did a Christmas movie.
Huh?
This year we did a Christmas movie.
I know. If you would let me finish talking, I was going to get there.
Finish talking.
God.
Me.
I decided I wanted to do a Christmas movie, which we did. It was really fun. So even though it was my birthday, we are still doing a Christmas thing. And this year, I was like, we're going to combine my 3 favorite things: horror, Christmas, and my birthday. Casey, why are you holding up a picture while I'm telling a story? You're distracting people.
I'm hiding my funny faces that I'm making.
Oh, geez. So I decided we would do another Christmas movie this year. So we are doing Better Watch Out, which is a holiday horror comedy movie. So,
Oh, it's a comedy, all right.
well, I think it's supposed to be. So,
So,
Better
all
Watch
right.
Wait,
Out.
this is supposed to be a comedy?
I think it's a horror comedy. I think
Well,
it's
it's not scary.
Okay, well I'm sorry. Let's continue. I'll get there.
Chance is building up the meltdown. I can hear the pot
Oh.
simmering on the stove while we speak.
crown is
So-
heavy. Heavy is the head that
And
wears
your
the crown.
diamond shoes are 2 sizes
Yeah.
too small. For those of you who don't know, Better Off. Mm.
Better
Better
off.
Watch Out debuted on October 6th, 2017. It was directed by
Nobody McNosker.
Chris
I don't know.
Chris Peckover.
Oh, I bet he got trashed with that name.
That
Poor
was
guy.
the first thing that popped into my head when I saw that name. It was distributed by Well Go USA, whatever the hell studio that is.
Okay.
It had a budget of $3 million.
That's it. Interesting.
Uh-huh. Oh, wait till you hear what it made at the box office. $188,756 at the box office.
Was
And
it
47 cents.
I think that had to be a very limited, not that's still a super low ass amount, but I feel like it had to be a very limited release because I don't ever remember hearing about this movie. And this is a movie I would have
No.
watched.
Neither do I.
But with streaming and stuff and whatever, I think hopefully they're making their money back.
So I have
And we're here to help.
the game numbers in front of me that prove that Amanda may actually know what she's talking about. And this is why we are here, Connie, to help encourage those that have never seen it to possibly go and see it if it's a good movie. But you have to
Okay.
stick around to find out if we think it's a good movie or not.
Well, okay, I will say one thing. If Connie, you're into horror or really like you want to watch this, you should come back after you've watched it. Like come back and watch this after you've watched it because this movie has a decent twist and I don't want to spoil it for you. So completely up
So-
to you, but just letting everybody know, spoiler alert of a decent plot twist. So
Oh, this is a spoiler-full podcast.
I
so.
know that, but yeah, anyway.
All right. So everybody's favorite game. Guess the Rotten Tomato score. I have both the tomato meter and the popcorn meter in front of me. Birthday girl, would you like to go first?
Well,
No, no spread allowed.
yeah. Okay.
Chancey Greif.
Well, technically, I can't participate because it tells you the tomato score on
What I was gonna say.
on Peacock. So
Yeah, we.
I was-
I already know.
I was gonna say I was gonna let the birthday girl get the dub and not say anything about it.
Oh, because that's the
but-
only way I can win.
No, did I actually
Yeah.
fucking say that? Absolutely not. I said I was gonna fucking let the birthday girl
Let
get the
her have
dub.
the dub. You don't have to let.
No,
me have
no,
it.
no. Let you get the dub in a sense of like not participating. Like, so then you have the only entry, so there's no possible way to lose.
Exactly.
Not because it's the only way that you can do it. It's just because of the fact is it's your birthday. It is a kind gesture amongst friends.
Girls, you're both pretty.
Okay, well, so that is one of the things I wanted to say, or not that. When you're making comments about, oh, I have thoughts and blah 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 blah. I'm ready to hear your thoughts, all valid, but the majority of people, and even including critics, are not going to agree with that. Because the pop, when I saw that on Peacock, I went and looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes because I didn't believe it. So, Casey, why don't you tell everyone?
89 fucking %.
For the audience score, the popcorn meter.
No,
Yeah.
For the tomato meter.
that's the tomato meter.
Oh, it is? I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes me very happy.
Peacock did not publish the popcorn meter. So
Oh.
technically, I guess if you guys want to play Guess the Popcorn Meter, I'm
Yes,
down.
it does because I saw it. Or I think I did.
Mm,
Chancey, do you know it?
Like I said, I thought that it was up there from the Peacock, but
Well, I
I'm
know
still
it because I looked it up.
yeah, I was gonna say I know she said she looked it up, and I'm still content with like not participating for the for the shutout.
Okay,
It's
fuck it. The audience meter or the popcorn meter for the audience score is 64%.
Wow. I
On
somehow read that backwards.
2,500 plus ratings.
All right then.
oh, okay then. So
I digress.
All right.
Queenie, would you like
Yes.
to tell us what this movie is about?
I am ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Better watch out. Ashley travels to the suburban home of the Lerners to babysit their 12-year-old son Luke during the holidays. She must soon defend herself and the young boy when unwelcome intruders announce their arrival. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. 90 minutes in about 15 seconds.
Basically, if you want to know what this movie is without having to read anything about it, it's if Home Alone and Adventures in Babysitting were combined into one movie and then made into a horror movie. That's what you're watching.
I suddenly feel as if almost I suddenly feel almost as if I potentially watched the wrong movie? Question mark?
Oh no. Because there is another movie called Better Watch Out. I saw it when I was looking up this one. Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh my god, I would die.
Okay,
I mean, at
well,
the same time, this brings me back to my flashbacks when Harvey requested we do Midsummer on an evening at the movies, and I actually got the original dubbed Swedish version that's actually
nice.
spoken in Swedish with subtitles across the bottom of the fucking screen. And then actually had to go back and find the A24 version and watch that.
Why don't we, Chancey? Why don't you give us a brief synopsis, sans opinions, on what you watched, just so we can make sure we watch the same movie.
well, I do kind of feel like we watched the same movie because it is kind of your almost stereotypical babysitter killer style horror trope film
Until the twist.
with that Home Alone element. So I mean, like, all that makes sense, but then
Yeah.
like when you're talking about this plot twist that's where I'm. And then the descriptive of having to defend, like, and the whole thing from there. But like,
But that's
I'm
to
sure.
not reveal the plot twist.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, you were breaking down the description. This makes so much more sense. We watched the same movie.
Okay,
I am recharged and ready to fucking go.
Oh God,
come watch it.
the shit show shenanigans that happen on Amanda's birthday each and every fucking year.
Okay, but how crazy would it be if Chansey had watched a different movie and then we just bounce off each other of like what we watched?
I'm not gonna lie.
And then
that-
didn't figure it out. Like later on, like we think we're talking about the same thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what?
Like either way could be
That would
good.
that would have been great.
That almost would be like the confusion about next week's episode that I think the person requesting it wanted the newer version, and Amanda put her foot down and said, "We're only doing the original version."
No, oh no, we can do whatever. We're talking about Black Christmas, Chansey, whichever version you want. I just I
Oh,
guess I assumed you wanted the original, but if you want the remake, we can do the remake. I don't care.
I'm I'm content with either, to be honest, because I mean,
Well, it's your
each of
pick.
them would have their own. Oh, you know what?
They're actually
Fuck
pretty
it.
different movies.
They are, and I was gonna say, why don't we just do a? We could go basically on a main topic or a main quest version of the original, and then do a side quest of the that remake thing. Because like I wasn't really gonna go with the remake, other than talking about it during the show, but that's actually a pretty decent idea.
Yeah, that's fine with
I'm
me.
not. Unless I know. I mean, it's not about. Yeah, I mean, fine with you, of course. But I mean, like, if it's a good idea, if you think it's a good idea, then yeah, by all means, let's do it. But I don't care either way if
Well,
it's a new one or old one. Or,
Well, we can figure that out later.
we are three
Yeah.
badass motherfuckers who do awesome numbers on an evening at the movies. So I digress. So, birthday girl, because Chanty likes to take it in the end. What was it about this movie that you fell in love with?
I mean, obviously it's Christmas and horror, so that's always going to catch my eye. And it starts out as your very typical teenage horror movie, home invasion movie, whatever. You think you know exactly, or sort of exactly, the trajectory of the rest of the movie, and then you get slapped in the face with this plot twist. I don't know. I mean, hopefully we can talk about more specific things, but it's fun. Again, is this movie winning Oscars? Fuck no. But it's fun. I feel like the dialogue is really good. I feel actually for a movie like this, I feel like the acting is pretty good. It's very unbelievable, and again, they want to stretch you out there pretty far in the sense of what could really happen and what couldn't. But again, we watch Home Alone every year, and this is one of the things I love, which we can talk about later, is that I've always questioned it, and them debunking a Home Alone thing is just one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
I laughed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when it needs to be. I feel like the characters are very much like real people that age, other than the psychotic part. I don't know. I need to get into some of this stuff more, but just I don't want to do it right now. So general overview is that it's just a fun ride. I mean, I watch it. I've watched it every year this will be my third year, and I've already watched it twice. So
So, before I let Chansey rip the band-aid off and tell us what he loved about the movie, I gave Amanda a metaphor the other night when she and I were talking about the movie. And I think I kind of sort of misspoke when I gave the metaphor, so I'm going to correct the metaphor now on air for everybody to hear. But um, to me, this movie felt like a 90-minute rehashing of the final scene in Scream. Just saying, I might be a tad bit off, but I don't feel like I am.
I mean,
And I'm not
I
saying that it's
guess, but I
like
think the age
it's a
difference is a big factor in the protagonists or antagonists. I mean, we're not talking about
uh,
17, 18-year-olds, we're talking about 12-year-olds.
psychoticness,
Yeah.
but and I'm not saying that as a way of kicking it in the nads while it's down, because it's not a horrible movie, and
I don't think it's down.
for the most part, I didn't hate the movie. I actually kind of enjoyed it, but like Amanda said, it's funny when it needs to be. It has moments of what the fuck.
A lot of
Um,
what the fucks.
we get to the next discussion topic, and I'll have something to bring up. So, next discussion topic, I get to go first. But Chancey Greif, was there anything about this movie that you fell in love with?
Well, I absolutely loved the fact that it wasn't a single frame longer than it was. No, I'm sorry. I'm just playing. Oh Jesus. Um,
Oh
I
my
mean,
god!
so there are things that I definitely found funny, more so because I laugh at horrifically inappropriate things. But like,
No.
I think they're supposed to be funny, Chancey. I think that's what they're going for.
yeah. I mean, no, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you're allowed to laugh, kind of the thing. But uh, I found those things. It's just It's not that I didn't like anything about it. It's just that it like I I can't. I mean, the cinematography was really good.
I mean, that's true. You're telling me,
Yeah.
Mr. I love all the Silent Night, Deadly Nights, that you couldn't find anything about this movie that you really liked? That
So
surprises me. I
I
actually thought with our love of like B style horror movies that you would like this. That bums me out.
well, so okay. I think all will be revealed. Uh, like not so much because like I am absolutely not going to go on any type of like meltdown or anything, but
Liar!
I think when we get to the second gear here, a lot of it'll make sense because why you're disappointed has its own elements as to why I was disappointed. And when we get there, there's that. But like I said, the cinematography is really good. They did really well on making shadows work when they needed to be there, and also lighting the room and not making it look like it was like it's one of those things. Like I guess I have to start already and not rip the band-aid off because I know that that's got to come later. But like, uh, you were saying something about how our love of B horror was something that made you sad. Well, the problem there is that it's not shot like a B horror. It has really
Agreed.
good it has really good production quality, which then like it's kind of a like wait, or like that video meme they have out there, like what the fuck. But yeah. I mean, like I said, it is good cinematography. I definitely like the I'm pretty sure those, like, the plot twist thing that you're talking about. I thought that was cool, but like, I I I I guess that I am broken mentally inside, but I saw that thing fucking coming from 3 country miles, if we will. Like,
I did not.
I
Honestly.
I don't understand how you could not have, but
I'm just saying,
I
were you drunk?
Probably.
maybe. But
I
like,
mean, I
no,
knew
I
there was
just
going to be a twist because they got into the action way too fast. So I knew something was going to happen. I just didn't expect.
oh yeah. No, I would no, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about me, but there's that thing that it just was like, kind of like when I first watched Saw, and I was like, I swear to God, if this dude gets up off the fucking floor, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. And then,
Again,
and
never guessed
and
that.
no, dude, like the moment that they're like talking about how like he's dead in the floor of poison, and they try to use the poison or the blood or whatever, then I was just kind of thinking to
Oh, at
myself
that
like,
point, yeah, I kind of was like, oh, but
no, but like it was the element of the whole thing there, like because that was like quarter of the way through, so that we weren't getting many details, but it was just kind of one of those things like, I swear to God, if this dude's is not actually fucking dead, like that, like this is fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. This is a completely different film. But no, I do like that element about it. Just the problem was that I saw it.
Coming
Okay.
soon on an evening at the movies. Not.
You mean coming soon and on an evening at the movies, like me getting to the fucking point? Yeah, I know, I'm done.
No.
where everybody's still waiting.
I was
Sorry,
trying
you
to
left
put
that wide open.
Amanda
Oh, I did that on
down
purpose.
the torture porn rabbit hole.
No, I told you the first Saw I actually really enjoy. I mean, yes, it's gory and it kind of takes me to where I'm like, eh, but I think the first
It
Saw,
also had a really good story.
yeah, this first Saw is a
The
fantastic.
first one actually wasn't as gory as everything that came after it.
But for me too, it's the gore, but it's also, yes, I know they've tried different things, but to me, that's a plot twist you can only pull off once before it just becomes like redundant and not necessarily in a good way.
I was
Right.
okay with 1 and 2. After 2,
Buddy, no. Sorry.
Jackie Poo.
Yeah, I'm not making him wear the cone of shame right now, but he's trying to lick the wounds, I think. And George comes home tonight, so Jack, no, he won't. So I haven't been making him wear the cone of shame because he's already mad at me. I'm giving him medicine 2 or 3 times a day. Jack, no. And yeah, he's just, I don't think I'm his favorite person right now, but I'm his only person because George has been out of town. So he's been sleeping right next to me in the bed. So I don't want to force him to wear the cone of shame, but he's gonna have to wear it tonight because George gets home tonight, and he does keep trying
Yay.
to lick this thing.
Matter of fact, if we don't hurry up and get going, George will be walking through the door right in the
We
middle of
still
the
got
second
2
episode.
hours, my dude.
Did you
Um,
not be here for Runaway Jury last week?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. No, not with this
No.
one
No,
anyway.
no. His
No,
his
good.
flight doesn't land for 2 more hours. So
And on top of it, we're getting to that point in the episode.
Jack.
So,
Well,
as
oh, sorry, go ahead.
were you going to bring up more positive stuff before I get to the part that made me slam my head against the freaking?
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go straight into the, what didn't we like? There's just a few things, like a few specific things that I wanted to talk about that I liked more in a not just a general sense, and then you guys chime
Go
in
right
too.
ahead. It's your episode. It's your birthday.
Okay.
I really wasn't trying to make it go that direction right out the gate. I just was more so
No,
like,
I know, but that's usually how Casey does it. So I was like, okay. So first question, and I really wanted to Google this and I forgot, so I want to see if either of you know. I think I know, but I'm not sure. Are they watching The Town That Dreaded Sundown when they're watching a movie together, or did you guys recognize what movie they were watching?
I want to say that I think that might have been it.
I believe
Okay.
so.
Either that or the original Maniac. One of the two. I don't. It was one of those two.
Okay, yeah, somebody Google it, but because I meant to, because I wanted to bring that up. And that's not like something I like. It just occurred to me. Um, I thought that one of the things this movie did that you you wouldn't expect when you a plot line like this, it's you feel like it's not going to be complex. And I don't necessarily think the plot is complex, but I feel like the actors did a really good job of like really portraying their character. Like you got this 12-year-old kid who is
That is valid.
psychotic, but as much as he's trying to act grown, they give you these moments where you realize this kid is still fucking 12. Like he's trying to act like he's this badass killer, but at the same time, he's still, an adolescent, immature little boy. Like the whole fuck Mary kill thing, and he's talking about Princess Bubblegum. And it's like, oh yeah, Princess Bubblegum, you're like he's a sweet little boy, and then he goes, she's made of bubblegum, so her pussy would taste like bubblegum, and you're like, what the fuck? So I feel like in that kid, I can't remember his name, but I feel like he did a really good job of, even his voice like squeaked certain times, like where, I thought that was a really good thing that they did. I thought the kid that played Garrett also did a really good job of, as much as you can playing the doofus friend, but also, I mean, the part where he gets killed and he says, I want my mom, and then gets shot in the face. That is one of the only parts of the movie I didn't like. I feel like that was a little too emotional for everything else that had happened. I didn't like that.
Oh, oh, that part wasn't supposed to be funny.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
it was, but to me it wasn't because he.
No,
I
I'm
guess
sure. I'm sure it really probably wasn't. That was just me making a terrible joke.
no, and I could see how, but I just felt they should have said something else. Like the kid was high, they should have had him say something about oxy or like. But I know that they want you to feel bad for him, but it's the I want my mom was just too much for me. But maybe it's just because I'm a mom. But anyway, what kind of 12-year-old has a babysitter in 2016? I was like, this kid's too
Well,
old.
that's one of the one things that made the most sense is because that kind of dumb shit would actually be actually still happening, or even up until now. Like, ain't nobody trusting their kids to be home alone to do nothing unless they're spying on them with them nanny cams with their speakers and stuff. But
Home
even
Alone
then,
Dinosaur shot that.
I mean, it depends on the kid because it would depend on the amount of time, but I wouldn't always like leave Abby home alone. But when I was 12, I was cooking dinner for the entire family by myself at home, waiting for mom to get
yeah,
home.
we're like the last we're the last generation of the latchkeys. So I mean,
Yeah. I also felt like so this is funny. You guys, I know Casey did. Oh crap, what's the name of that movie? Um The Murder on the Dance Floor. Saltburn. Chanty, did you watch Saltburn?
I am not sure. I'm drawing a blank. I know the name, but I'm not sure if I saw it.
Okay, it's with the guy
Vampires in Bathwater. If you haven't,
and dancing at the end with his dick flopping around, and it's very impressive.
helicopters.
Right. Okay.
The first time I watched Saltburn, and I watched that part, it reminded me of this movie. I was like, why does this feel familiar to me? I love not the end, but the part where he's cleaning everything up. He's just like you realize that he is still a kid and he thinks he's all this, but he really is psychotic and anal to like the 1 millionth degree. But he's just singing and dancing, and he even brushes his teeth. That made me laugh hysterically. I don't know why. So I thought that was really good. Probably he needs a babysitter because he's probably still breastfeeding. His mom treats him like he's 3. Like what?
Yeah. The old helicopter mom.
Yeah.
His mom probably likes being vampired.
Yeah. Okay. So this was the main thing. I love that it was literally. I love the Home Alone part. First of all, I love you Home Aloned him, or like that being a verb is amazing. But I love that at the beginning of the movie, he's talking about how like I saw this thing and it said if that paint can had hit you in the face, it would have like, you know, exploded your head. And they're arguing about it, and then he literally does that to this guy. Like, it was I think it might be one of my favorite horror kills ever. He's like, "See, I told you."
In the business, this is what we call foreshadowing.
Okay, I did not get tricked into Home Alone a dude when I heard them arguing about that. I probably should have, but I didn't. Um, I mean that's about it. I have, I love how Christmassy they kept it too. Like, he wrapped her up in Christmas lights that second time.
Oh, it
Like,
was very Christmassy.
I love it. So yeah, and you still got it was creepy and cringy, but not too far. Like, there were a few moments where I was like, maybe this is too much, but I feel like they played with that line really carefully, where you get the boy with the crush on his babysitter, but he's also a psychopath, so he's gonna, I mean, he's basically sexually assaulting her, which is not cool.
Well, he fucking gropes her boob.
Yeah. But I love, and that's when I don't love that. Let me be
Yeah, I was
clear.
gonna say, wait, what?
No, I love that you get this super intense moment, and he's all like, and he's like, and then his friend points out his boner, and then his voice is squeaking, shut up. That's again where they did that thing I like, where he thinks he's grown, and then no, you're really just 12 years old. And then he's like, how did that feel? And she's like a little boy just felt me up. All right. Well, Casey, if you want to get on with it.
I have but one point to bring up to prove my point.
Concepts of a point?
For those of you who aren't watching and you're listening on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast listening fix, I literally just flipped the camera off because that's how the fucking movie ended. No psychotic killer deaths, no arrests being made, nothing. The freaking psycho killer is staring out his bedroom window as the babysitter is being loaded into an ambulance and she flips him off. Roll credits.
So can I respond to that?
I'm just saying that is probably one of the most anticlimactic endings in horror movie history.
But I think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to just leave you hanging with what's going to happen. Now, I agree that I don't think that's exactly how they should have done it. I feel like there was a huge missed opportunity to be almost like Hitchcock-esque. Like, okay, you get the scene exactly how it is. He's standing at the window with his mom. She flips him off. They close the doors to the ambulance and they start to drive away. Pan back to the house and you see police officers coming in behind them, and like they're, the mom's looking surprised or whatever, and then they end the movie.
No.
Yeah. No. That's our best impersonation, by the way. I feel like that would have been a chef's kiss ending. But yes, you do want that little shit face incel to get what's coming to him. But I would have been happy if they had him die. I would have been happy. But also, I think they were trying to go for the more artistic, dramatic, whatever ending, which, could or could not work depending on this. I feel like they could have done it better, but I can appreciate what they were trying to do.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is leave the door wide open for Better Watch Out 2, which supposedly when Mr. Peckover's schedule frees up, is supposed to be coming.
I mean, they made 4 Psycho movies. I'm just saying. Not that I'm comparing.
Psycho is a classic. Don't
Okay.
you freaking put
What I'm
better
saying
luck out.
is, I'm not comparing them quality wise. I'm comparing them. Oh, a young man goes, not that young, obviously, but still, a young man is a killer. He goes to the psych ward. He gets out. You know, they could go that direction. They did 3 more movies with that. So, just saying.
And shout out to the fact that here in a couple days we'll be talking about the original Norma Bates
Yep.
as we talk about Black Christmas as well.
The first final girl, but just not the most popular one. That's why everybody calls Jamie Lee. And I'm not mad at Jamie Lee. She's my favorite final girl, but what's her name
All
from Black
right.
Christmas?
Chanticleer, we're moving your pot from the back burner to the front burner, taking off
Yes.
the lid.
Okay.
You don't want
We're
me to go
now-
before Chancy?
Okay, well, okay,
I don't care, but I'm just saying. It's
Amanda, you can go while I remove the lid off of Chancey's pot to release all the venom that is what Chancey Gripe is going to unleash on the world.
well, actually, that's pretty much the only thing I really didn't. Those two things. The line of "I want my mom" before he gets killed. I thought that was too dramatic. That was too real for an obviously unrealistic movie. And then the ending. I wish they would have at least shown the cops like coming in behind them. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Again,
Kind of Rear
obviously,
Window-esque.
huh?
Kind of Rear Window-esque.
Yeah, I mean, I just you get that visual and then you know for sure. I mean, obviously, as good as that kid thinks he covered up evidence, there's no fucking way that A, they're going to take her word for it, but B, they're going to research everything and realize that she's telling the truth. So we all know what's going to happen. I think it's just we wish we would have saw it. I think that's why it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really pretty much the only things I didn't like. Other than that, I thought for what it was and what it was supposed to be, it was good. And I'll have a few favorite quotes that I want to mention in my review, but let's let Chancey
Okay.
do
Chancey
his
Gripe, the lid is off the pot, my dude.
Okay. Here we go. Wait. I got the better way would be, and here we go.
Ugh.
So my biggest gripe is the fact that this is not even like this movie specific thing. This is like a lot of movies specific thing. The term psychotic has been thrown around a few times now, and that is not entirely incorrect, but it's absolutely not correct at the same time.
What?
Because, so, allow me to
sociopathic? Is that what you're
see. So, also, yes and no, because he exhibits the characteristics of both.
Yeah.
And it only goes in the one direction of description. Everything is referred to in the context of psychopathy, but there's
that's not the point of the story.
but
How
there's
about
more.
we just go with the fact that he's an entitled little brat?
Well, that's an absolute fact. But my point with it is this: there are more instances where he exhibits the traits of sociopathy rather than psychopathy.
Okay,
because the fistful of times where he like literally throws a whole ass fucking fit over the that's also the psychopathy. But my point was that was one thing that really did bother me, because it's like not even just that movie. It's that because like it's also not just that movie. It's like a common thing that happens, which it is frustrating.
I agree. I think you're taking it too seriously in the context of this movie. They're not really. We're not trying to seriously get into anybody's psychosis in this. when you're watching a basic horror movie like this, you use the word psycho, and we know we're not doctors and you may not be a psychopath, but it just encompasses a genre, you know? Like it's the easiest word to use when it's not like for Norman Bates, that was an important part of his story. For this kid, we don't need to actually know what his mental diagnosis is. We just know he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And then like the element of like all these times in this movie where like all of these other people are somehow, you know, talked into these precarious positions that like, no, I'm sorry. That's like I am absolutely willing to suspend, suspension of belief or whatever. But like, or suspension of disbelief, either or. But like, it's like, no, come on. First off, this is a 12-year-old boy. At any point, like when this gets entirely way too weird, because he definitely took a lot longer than he should have on trying to deal with the second one, not the actual guy that was in the house. Like he took way too long on dealing with that, and that guy was entirely way too much of the type to not gonna like. No, I'm not gonna fucking no. And then deals with this child, and end of movie.
Stranger Things.
And another hot take is the fact of like this whole like random. Oh, she's still alive. She used duct tape in her throat because of the fact that like there was this guy out of Kentucky, Kentucky Ballistics, I think is what he goes by, who does like, armament reviews and stuff, and he was firing his 50 caliber rifle, and there was actually like a manufacturing error where it blew the bolt of the rifle into his neck, and the only reason he survived was because he stuck his thumb up into the wound. So like the duct tape part is what threw me. Like not so much of the whole like, oh, she's alive, but it's like fucking duct tape. Listen, duct tape's fixed some fucking
Seriously.
Well, to some extent I will absolutely agree with that, but it's more so of the fact of like it's just so incredulous in the first place. Like the living part is fine, but like it's just the duct tape. Like it's like the buildup of, oh, she's still alive. So like, oh fuck, that's actually kind of cool. She used fucking duct tape.
Okay.
God damn it.
Maybe you hate it all the time, but they do this in a lot of movies. Scream 2, they did the same thing with Dewey. How did he not die? Oh yeah,
hated it.
Scar tissue.
Yeah, hated it. Well, the scar that was actually more. Yeah, that was absolutely much more, plausible, because that actually can happen to a certain extent, but it's a pretty narrow extent, but it still can happen.
Not when you're stabbed 27 times.
Yeah, depending on where you're at, but.
All right.
Because, I mean, depending on where you're stabbed at, I should say. Because, yeah, you're right. Definitely, depending on where you're stabbed, it doesn't matter. One time's the only time. But, like, for me specifically, and you're correct, it is every time that it happens, it really does bother me. Because of the fact of, like, you're here with this thing that has the total awesome capability of maintaining awesomeness. And then it's just fucking taken away right at the last possible second. Because fucking duct tape, and because like I loved the fact of like the whole like her flipping him off and that fucking part, like that was like yeah, fuck you, that's great,
fuck you, you little troll.
Exactly. How did she do it? Duct tape. It took away all of the good feels that I had in that exact moment because of that's fucking awesome. Like all the times they do that shit in a movie, like you expect somebody to be dead, like LL Cool J and H2O. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. But they didn't actually do anything that made you regret it. Going, oh.
But they didn't try to explain how he lived either.
No, that's the point. That's my point. That was why, like, you get that rush. Yeah, you get the rush of being like, oh, that's awesome, and then nothing that takes it away from you. But this thing, like this one, just it fucking took it away from me, and I was not happy about it because like it was one of them. It was one of those. It was like this is my last hope for this to actually be like salvageable. Not necessarily salvageable. That's too denigrating of a term, but like you understand what I meant when I said it.
Yes,
But
but you're
like,
taking it too seriously.
well, that and also if you're gonna pitch it like an attempt at doing a Silent Night, Deadly Night film, anything like short of that Black Christmas remake is already going to be upsetting. And so like that one you have to give me because I mean, come on. And then this is definitely, this definitely is actually, I would rather have watched the remake of The Black Christmas gleefully rather than like the, disappointment element. But then again, I hate saying it that way because I don't really have a better way of describing it currently. Because like I said, there were things where I was like, oh, fucking, that's awesome. And then like, it just there weren't enough of those for me to be like I can absolutely overlook these other things, like in the case of Strangeland. There's things that are just absolutely, well, allow me to kind of prove your point. Like there are enough things for me in that film that were allowing me to have this experience from that film that allowed me to overlook the glaringly other things that would have caught my attention had I not had those other things. But this movie didn't provide me with the appropriate amount of other things. I didn't have enough shiny keys, Amanda. I don't know.
It's because you're too critical.
Well, and that's not necessarily true because I really enjoy I enjoy some rather incredulous movies, but like it's just like
Rangeland.
they pitched it like it's supposed to be kind of like a Silent Night, Deadly Night, Christmassy type thing, and so far from it that in and of itself just immediately takes half the wind out of your sail right out the gate for me. And then you get some of it back. You're like, oh, the Home Alone. Agreed. I totally agree with you. That shit definitely was a winning point that almost won me over. And then fucking like the other things that occurred that took away from it. Like especially when he's like, oh, the bullet hole. How am I gonna fix it? I'll just stick a pen in there or whatever the fuck he stuck in there. Like that's
But then they blow the smoke out of his cheek. Like,
that was pretty. Yeah, that was funny. That part right there, exactly. Another part that had the perfect opportunity to win me over. It was theirs to lose, and they did it.
Okay, so sorry, changing.
I'm done. Yeah.
Like, okay, for a second.
Yeah.
Speaking of Silent Night, Deadly Night, I turned it on in the background, and I already am having like multiple thoughts. Like I'm excited for this episode, but first of all, we are really supposed to believe that any of these people are college age? Margot Kidder looks like she's 40 in this.
Oh, she had. I thought she was. I thought she was, but
none of these.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know that.
It looks like Ted Bundy.
For sure.
Okay,
I'm so glad that I wasn't. I'm so glad that I wasn't the only one that thought of that.
I thought it was for a second, and I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah.
All right.
Loves Ted Bundy.
But yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with my and I don't want to call it a hate fest because it's not like I'm trying to hate on it as a hate fest. It's just there was and it is unfortunate for me because I do love horror so much. It's just that when there are those circumstances that you get either let down from because like watching the preview.
Chancey.
Watching the preview for it also kind of gives you a not even a false sense of hope, but it's definitely so far misleading that that's also one of the things that kind of gave the ending away from me a little bit too early because
because that's why they have to do that.
Well, I understand that, but it's just one of those things where like watching it how it was presented in the trailer, you then are, in my case anyway, start paying attention to the things, just see where it's going to start going wrong, and then all of a sudden you start noticing things, and you're just like, wait, w- wait, wait a minute.
Duct tape.
But yeah,
So, um, before we get to our reviews, I want to go ahead and actually spoil the plot twist in case you're listening and you never intend to watch this movie, or you just don't care and you might watch it but you want to know. So basically, this movie goes like this girl's babysitting this boy. His friend was over, then his friend goes home. And then somebody's harassing them. So they think somebody's in the house, whatever. The friend comes back over. They're like, oh, haha, what were you doing out there? And then they're like, oh, it wasn't him. So you feel like it's a very like home invasion movie, whatever. Come to find out, it was just the boys staging the whole thing, and they pass it off as they're trying to scare her. So she catches that, she figures it out, and she's like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, we were just trying to scare you. Okay. Then she threatens to call the parents, and then the head kid, Luke, does his 360 psycho move and is like, hey, bitch, slaps her, knocks her down the stairs. And then you realize his plan all along was to kill all these people, and, some things complicated where supposedly more people have to get killed, but,
right.
who knows how many people he intended to kill. I mean, he killed his best friend's hamster. And when he leans over, he's like, it wasn't an accident. I was like, okay, that's a little psychopathic if you ask me. But anyway, I feel like we probably, before we gave our opinions, should have said that was the twist. But if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah.
My dad just commented, so this isn't Home Alone 3? This is
I
better
almost,
than Home Alone 3.
yeah, I was gonna say, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the Home Alone
No.
3 is a giant pile of steaming shit.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't go there and say that, like, as far about this movie anyway. No.
It's Home Alone and Adventures in Babysitting combined into
Uh,
one movie.
don't you
Drawing
dare
out, drawing out.
denigrate those two films in such a
I'm
horrific
not.
manner.
I'm just saying.
Adventures in Babysitting does not deserve what it just received. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
first of all,
I
that's one of my favorite
it's a
movies
it,
ever. So
it's a good example film for
that's
that
why I
thing,
wanted to win.
but even putting it next to this and like speaking it into life and like it's
Shut up.
just it
You
it's
spoke my surprise songs into life in another day, so you be quiet. You made Taylor break my heart. Shit. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I abracadabraed them a day early, all right? I didn't mean for that to happen.
She could have sang the alphabet song, and I still would have been cheering my ass off. So it's fine.
Okay.
Ooh, finally, a girl that looks like she's college aged. That only took 37 people. All right.
Right. Birthday girl.
Oh, sorry about the road noise. So I really, really like this movie. And obviously I'm not being, God damn it. I'm really sorry.
You're good.
Obviously, I am not being objectively critical. I am being, oh, I love these type of movies. I think this movie
Well,
is
it's your. I was just say it's your three. It's like it's your favorite things. It's how it's scary movies and Christmas. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you're allowed to have the blinders. It's that's absolutely understandable and acceptable. You don't have to say you're not being objective at all because I mean we can tell
Well, I
that
know
you're
I'm
not.
not. I'm not
But it's
critiquing
it's your thing. Like this is your
what we do.
strange land. So I mean.
A shopping mall is my strange land.
I know that it is, but I just had to throw that last one in there.
So,
Big areolas.
ugh, yeah, pancake nipples. call her Pancake Barb. That's from Pitch Perfect. Anyway, before I give my actual review, there was a few. So first of all, I love that the movie opens with these kids building a snowman and having a snowball fight. And then here's where I lose it. They're like little kids, and she calls her brother. Crap. Can somebody do that for me? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No,
No? Okay. She calls
I
him
haven't
a
been
butt fucker.
a butt fucker.
He like not he throws a snowball at her or something, and she's like, "You butt fucker." Oh, this took a while, but here comes my crashing down.
And here's the crash.
I mean, it was just you don't expect to hear that out of what I assumed was a 9-year-old girl. And then we didn't talk about this, but how great are the parents? Like, especially the dad. He's like, it's very metrosexual. She's like, it's metrosexual. And just out of nowhere, she comes up. This is why I say the dialogue sometimes was very surprising. Like the Princess Bubblegum thing. Like the wife just out of nowhere. Are you sure you've never sucked a mother nan's cock? Like I just died. I was like,
Like I said, there's
this
this.
Candyman. What are you talking about?
Like I said, there's those things that like actually like kind of win you over with it, and then it's just like,
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorites was her saying that. Like, really? Not even in college? Obviously, like I said, this movie isn't winning a bunch of awards, but for me, I actually really enjoy it. You know, the ending is a little anticlimactic, like I wish they would have done what I suggested, but it's not you still know what's happening, and I love that, like Chansey said, she flips him off and it's like, okay, you know what's gonna happen. I do like that even for what it is, it does really spark visceral reactions. Like whether it's, oh my God, this is so stupid, or the guy getting smacked in the head with the paint can. Like, there's parts where you really cringe. There's parts where you're like, ugh. And then even that one little part where you almost feel a little bit sad. So I feel like it sparks a lot of reactions, even if they're not all good. Yeah, I watch it every year and I'll continue to do so. And just based on my own personal liking of it, I give it a 4.2. Pencils on the door.
man,
I personally didn't particularly hate the movie. I wanted a little bit more horror for my buck, I guess, is a way
Yeah,
of
it
putting it.
wasn't very scary. That is true.
So there is all of that. But like it's something that, I'm not necessarily going to go out of my way every year to watch it. But at the same time, I could see myself this time of year, if I don't have anything to watch, I'll watch. Better watch out. So, I will give it 3 pieces of duct tape on the mouth out of 5.
3. Dang. All right.
That would be your cue, Chancey, right?
I will also give it 3 out of 5 because, like I said, while I do have my complaints about it, I also understand that I do have a tendency to take things a bit too literal, much like my side quest for finding Where's Waldo in a picture about Winnie the Pooh that has nothing to do with Winnie the Pooh. If you know, you know. But like I totally get it, but like it's just it wasn't terrible, but it it saddened me because I didn't get to keep my shiny keys. But anyway, yes, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5 shiny keys.
All right then.
So this was definitely a lot of fun. I'm glad we could all be here this week to celebrate Amanda's 46th birthday
Woo woo.
because her's not old, but her is old.
I mean, my mind definitely is. Hear me, hear me crying, laughing over a kid saying "butt fucker." Clearly, I am not mature.
Motherfucker!
Go back
Oh,
and watch it. Just watch the beginning, just for that part. Like you have to watch the movie again. It's hilarious.
oh no, I watched the beginning for other reasons, but we'll get to that in a couple weeks when we talk about that movie on Christmas Day. Well, it'll release on Christmas Day, but we'll pre-record it. So, but we can't end the episode obviously every week like without thanking the unpopped kernels for being here. You guys are incredible,
You mean the minions?
amazing. Well, yeah, but they're still unpopped kernels. They are awesome. They are almost 400 strong.
Woo
So
woo.
thank you guys for
Nice.
being here and showing up and showing out for us last week. And hopefully you guys will continue to do that for us each and every week because we love you guys and we appreciate all your dedication and loyalty to the show. So, with that said, Chancey Greif, where can the Unpops find you on the social medias?
Well, Instagram and on TikTok, it's the Red Eye Roundtable. On X, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is the Red Eye Roundtable. Thank you. On X, it is Red Eye Table, and on Facebook, that's my first name. If you can find it, good luck.
Birthday girl, what about you?
You can find the SIP list on all your favorite socials. On X, it is list_SIP, but everywhere else, it's at the SIP list podcast. My dad comments, we should call all the unpopped kernels the Jiffy Crew. That's actually a really good idea.
That
I like
is, yeah, that's
I like
good
that a lot.
for
And I
sure.
still make Jiffy Pop BT dubs because it's really good. The SIP list is
Jiffy
still
Pop.
on a break. If I'm being honest with everybody, I'm trying to decide the future of the show, whether it will continue or not. And so thanks for being patient and, just lacking a little motivation. This is, happy birthday to me. Very glad for another, trip around the sun, but I'd like the next one to be less complicated. So hopefully I'll be motivated in the new year for new SIP list episodes. But until then, follow us and yeah, thank you.
So, an evening at the movies can be found each Wednesday morning, usually. Not this week because the plan was to release this episode on Amanda's birthday since it's her birthday episode. So,
But now next week, if anytime we talk about what happened here, I can be like last Friday night because the
Oh,
episode
geez.
drops on Friday.
Actually, the episode is going to drop as soon as I hit end stream and
Fine.
get everything.
Last Thursday night.
Oh,
So glad I
Jesus
cracked
God.
myself up. Sorry, Casey.
Amanda was going to record a podcast, but she got high.
I still recorded
Da, 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 da.
it.
No, but usually 9 times out of 10, we are here each and every Wednesday morning. And generally, if you enjoy getting your live fix with us each week, we're generally here on Sunday mornings for the lives. So thank you guys for being here. You can find us on all the social medias by searching An Evening at the Movies. Twitter/X, it is at evening at. Coming up, we've got some more holiday ho 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 fest
S'mores?
next. Huh?
You said
Oh,
Oh,
s'more.
Jesus.
I said s'mores. I want some s'mores. I haven't even had any cake today.
Maybe your husband's bringing you home cake from the airport.
Everything at the airport's closed right now. I guarantee you. Dave,
Probably.
most airports actually shut all their shit down really early, which is annoying when you're taking like an 11 o'clock flight. Like last night, his flight got delayed till 11:30, and everything in the airport shuts down at like 9. So it's like, yeah. Anyway,
Well, that's a bunch of horse shit but fuckery.
I agree. If you're gonna have flights coming in till 1 a.m., you need to keep some shit open until 1 a.m. People get hungry.
at least
I agree.
I was just say at least like 12:30 or something.
No.
And to your father, you are welcome, sir. We aim to please each and every week, as you know, since you're here with us
We
almost each and every
appreciate you.
week.
Yeah,
But,
Thanks
absolutely.
a lot for that time you had sex with my mom and I was born.
Jesus Christ.
You.
oh Lord. Anyway, coming up on Holiday Ho 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 Fest, we have Black Christmas next week. The week after that, we've got Miracle on 34th Street. So traditionally, another or a more classic
One of
traditional
my
Christmas episode.
favorites.
And then we have a Christmas Day double feature for you on Christmas Day. So you can get up bright and early and open your presents. And then while the kids are playing with their shit that they got, then you can turn on An Evening at the Movies and you can watch us recast the past with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Woo-hoo.
And also, we will have a traditional discussion on Silent Night, Deadly Night. And that will wrap up An Evening at the Movies for 2024 because then we will be back 1 week later for The Notebook and um, possibly a St. Elmo's Fire 40th anniversary celebration.
Oh God, that movie.
So, lots of fun, lots of fun, lots of shenanigans are coming up, and
Hmm.
oh, Amanda's dad's watching Black Christmas.
So am I, and I just saw this awful
Yeah.
where like half of the background is blurred out. I haven't watched this movie a long time, and I'm watching it with no sound, and I'm very critical. So I need to stop.
All right, so this was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I hope everybody's holiday season is everything that it is pegged out to be. Whatever you want, however you celebrate, make sure it's merry, make sure it's joyous, make sure you have lots of fun, lots of family, lots of love. And why did I
Alcohol.
just send that comment back on? But make merry, enjoy the season. Fa la 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 la. Amanda, the floor is yours.
Thanks for watching and listening, guys, and for celebrating my birthday with me. I appreciate it. I was been flying solo today, so it was nice to talk to some people and have fun. We hope you
You
guys
talk to
had
me
fun
every
too,
day.
and we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
No peace and hair grease on her birthday.
You say it's your birthday. Da-na-na-na-na-na. It's my birthday too.